All right, we are officially recording. This is our team call, mastermind call, social club call, whatever the heck you want to call it. We are here twice a month together, and I'm so excited because whoever is here is meant to be here, and we always come with an amazing, incredible strategy or something to teach you guys and to just connect on a deeper level. If you're watching this from the random YouTube rabbit hole that you went down, welcome to our tribe. This is Mind Body Soldier, and we're so stoked you're here. And tonight, we are going to do a really fun activity. Susan put together, she's like the best at putting together games. She put together the whole call for us over the holidays that, I don't know about you guys, but we were on there for hours. And that was the best holiday party I went to. I think it was also the only one, but it was so fun.
Like, it was only my only holiday party. No, I had one other one.
No, I don't think I went to any other ones, but either way, I had a freaking blast. And so bringing some fun and just like something exciting to the call, we're going to be introducing a way to earn, it's just a prize thing. So I'm going to let Susan go into housekeeping and let her go over the prize. Are you ready for prizes, housekeeping?
I didn't know I was doing housekeeping. You just
just you do housekeeping. That's what you do. Tell us what's going on.
I do housekeeping on Friday mornings, so you threw me for a loop. I didn't prepare anything.
I know.
My housekeeping is read the last page of the newsletter to find everything you need to know.
So that's the game, you guys. We are going to have 10 trivia questions on, it's all our calls, right?
What? Whatever you want.
Yes. We're winging it. 10 trivia calls, but everything you need to know, 10 trivia questions rather, but everything you need to know is in the newsletter for the month. Okay, so if you just—
I expect Linda to get 100 because she's edited it, looked it over 1,000 times. If you don't know the answers, Linda, I don't know.
And so what we're going to do is at the beginning of the calls, 5 questions. At the end of the calls, 5 questions. And there's an opportunity to either earn like a $5 Amazon gift card, or you can save up this money and it will go towards an event this year. So whether it's the women's retreat in April or the summit, Lord only knows if we'll have a team meeting, but like to chip in for food there, or for the October leader retreat, you can just win every time. And it's like $5, $5, $5, $5. So if you show up to calls and you win money, I have no idea how much they'll add up to, but we're going to be doing these all over the place. Who knows if your trip could maybe be covered. I have no idea, but you better read the newsletter and be ready to answer questions. So Susan's going to come in hot at the beginning of the calls. So be here on time. And you have to stay the whole call because she's going to do 5 at the beginning, 5 at the end. So we can just start with that, and then we can get into the cost of persistence and just go through some strategies. And don't mind, I introduced my ball and chain to the first few people on the call, but he's here. Just don't make eye contact. He doesn't exist. So go ahead, Susan. What do you got for us?
Okay, first of all, you can write answers in your phone. Some will be multiple choice. Some will be fill-in. There's going to be 10 questions. I'll do 5 in the beginning and 5 at the end. I kind of tried to mix it up just to see where people are at. It's something fun, not stressful. You don't have to play, but you have to play if you want to win. So there you go. So start off with a pretty easy one that I hope you're all going to be able to get is number 1, what is this month's free foundation group called? So what is the name of the group that we're running right now in the free foundation group? So write it down. You don't have to answer it. That's number 1. Number 2 is Linda's story is in the newsletter, and there were a lot of differences between her parents, her mom and her dad, and how she was raised. But what is one thing that stood out to that was the theme that they didn't agree on, that they had different opinions on? Linda, I hope you can answer that. So what is one theme that really stood out to you that they had opposing thoughts on? I guess that would be a good way to say it. It's pretty simple. What time, number 3, what time are the Mind Body Soldiers Saturday morning workouts? And I'm going to give you A, B, C, D, 7:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m., or 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So A, B, C, D. What time are the Mind Body Soldiers Saturday morning group workouts? Number 4. What program launched in January as a way to get clients and coaches ready to do the work, which is the program, The Work, a new program released? What program was it? It was launched in January as a way to get clients and coaches ready to do the work. Am I moving too fast, or is that okay? We good? Okay. And then Number 5, this featured superfood in the newsletter has among the highest amounts of vitamin C on the planet. This is also an A, B, C, D, so you have a good shot. A, goji berries, or goji berries, I don't know how you say it. B, camu camu. C, bilberry. And D, spinach. Which featured superfood has among the highest amounts of vitamin C on the planet? Goji berries, camu camu, bilberry, or spinach? There you go. Those are your first 5 trivia questions.
I really like that. And you really sound like you should be a game show host. So I feel like I was like, yes, Susan.
I feel like I should send everyone a buzzer so we can all like buzz in.
Easy bud. Love it.
There you go. There's your first 5, and there's 5 more. And actually, there's points for all these, but the last question is a bonus question, and you can earn 5 points for that. So you can miss 5 questions, but if you get 5 points for the bonus question, you get 5 points. So
I love it. And then at the end, just pop your points into the chat. And it's an honesty system, you guys. Don't go stealing points. Don't be like, oh, just kidding. I saw someone else get this number, but I got one more, so I got my monies. So let's just be all open and honest here. Yeah. Okay, and so we're going to roll right in. Linda, do you want to start or you want me to start?
No, you're supposed to start.
Yeah, I know. I read the note. I have it right here. Okay. So we're going to talk tonight about the cost of persistence. And we really, Linda and I talked about it last night, and we were going back and forth. And essentially, we have to go within and figure out our identity. And it's funny because anytime we come and do a call, all my Bible studies, everything I read in here all lines up. And I'm like, come on, really? Okay, God, I hear you. So when we're talking about the cost of persistence, it really comes down to figuring out who we truly are, where we're willing to give and take, what we're willing to give up, what we're willing to go through, and really figuring out kind of what we want out of life, or what our purpose truly is. And so when I asked Linda, what do we want everyone to take away from this call? And, she's going through her technical terms and her doctor spiels. And I'm like, okay, that sounds really good. So let me get layman's terms for what Jack is taking away from this, so that we can put it to probably 95% of the rest of the population. And so working through this, we're going to go through the strategy, go through the story. But the one thing that Linda said that stuck out to me right here that was huge was a problem is only a problem when you perceive it as a problem. And then she keeps rambling. I was like, wait, stop, wait, whoa. I was like, a problem is only a problem when you perceive it as a problem. So if someone wronged you, or you don't like something about someone else, or someone was mean to you, problems come up all day long, you guys, all day long, with our kids, with our spouse, with our business. They come up all day long. But what makes it a problem? It's how we perceive it. It's how it affects us. Why do we feel that way? Why don't we like that? It all comes back to our identity. Well, how does that make me look? How does that make me feel? It's this vicious cycle that we can go down. And Linda and I did a little exercise last night, and we were just dying laughing because I really want to share it with you guys. We talked about, she's like, what's one thing that you don't like about your spouse? And do you want to go back and forth and do it together, Linda? Because it was really funny. Yeah.
All right. Tell me one thing among the 800 that you.
Right. We love our husbands. I mean, I love Bri. Like, this is going on YouTube. I got to say that right. No, I'm kidding.
It really bothers you that's a problem. That, if he would just stop doing it, everything would be fine.
Everything would be great. We would have a great marriage. If he would stop sighing. He sighs. He's a sigher. And I'm like, and he's a sigher. And I sat there, I'm like, well, it's dirty laundry. And I care, but I don't care. And I was like, and I really wanted to get like an answer of something that, every time he does it, I'm like, I did something wrong, or, I'm in trouble, or, right? Why is him sighing? Like, it's a problem. It is. I'm like, oh God, Bry's mad again. Because
Dawn's a sire too, so I can relate.
Damn sires of the world bringing us down. And she goes, well, why is that a problem? And so God.
I'm still stuck on the fact that I'm a sire.
She's a sire. She's a sire. But your sighs don't bother me because I just roll my eyes at you like, okay, Linda. I don't know, Brian's sighs specifically make me feel like I'm this big.
All right. So his sighing is a problem. And what do you feel like is the solution?
So this took me a while. What's the solution to him sighing? I was like, I could tape his mouth shut. Dead serious. I go, that's the only way the man will stop sighing. And I visualized myself wrapping his big, beautiful lips in tape. And she's kind of looking at me. I was like, no, seriously, that's the only way he'll stop. And she's like, okay. Yeah, I think she's got to, like, we have serious issues. I should dig in a deeper session, but go ahead.
So let's just say for shits and grins purposes here that you could duct tape his mouth together and he could never sigh again. Does that solve the problem?
No, because his body would still sigh.
Like, you would find another way to sigh. Yeah, you're right.
You know, because it's like a whole thing. It drives me insane.
You're right. But what people do most of the time is they try to fix what they think the problem is. It's let's stop it, whether it's the sighing or somebody's doing something that's bothering me, or my husband has a meltdown. He loses stuff and everything, throws everything through the house trying to find it. You know, it seems like the logical solution would be to, hey, ask me where something is. I can find it for you. But that's not the problem. The problem is your reaction to it, or whatever it is about the situation that you perceive is the problem. For Jack, she perceives it that he's upset with her or that she's done something wrong. That's the problem.
Yeah, every time. And sometimes he says he's just sighing. And I'm like, really? You don't just sigh. I just sigh because I'm like, I need a breath because I talk too fast. You don't just sigh. You don't talk fast, Brian. But he insists that every now and again it's just a sigh.
Okay. So you associate him sighing, the body movements and everything, with thinking that he's upset with you. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. So if you want to change the problem about what you think and how you associate his sighing, how could you change the way you think about it?
So I started ignoring it, or really just ignore it. Like, oh, whatever. I'm just not going to pay attention. You and your sighs. If you have a problem, you can talk to me like a grown adult and not sigh at me. So I started ignoring it. And then just like assuming, okay, you know what? He's not even sighing because of me. Like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm fine. So I created, it's kind of a wall. Like, it didn't really handle the problem. I put up a wall between me and him, between me and his sighs.
So you're trying to you're trying to just ignore it so that maybe you won't think about the problem, or you tried to change it, you know, but by just telling yourself that he's not upset at you. Mm-hmm. And how'd that work out for you?
It didn't, because I was still annoyed. I was like, now he's sighing and now I'm not saying anything about the sigh.
And that's the cost of persistence, is we get stuck in the problem because we don't look at ourselves and what we're doing. So if you want to change your association to that sigh, what can you do? What else could you do?
So we've discovered that I can change the meaning of the sigh. I have changed the meaning that every time he sighs, he needs a hug. And I feel so sad for him because he just wants a hug. So every time he sighs, I'm going to give him a hug, a 30-second hug. And he's going to probably get annoyed and maybe he'll stop sighing. I don't know. That's up to him. But I'm going to change my association with his sigh. And I'm going to think he's sad and needs a hug. And so I'm changing my outlook on the problem, which the problem is the sigh. The problem is the sighing, right? But I have to... It's the real problem, Dr. Linda, okay? Make Coach come out.
Everybody's getting to see the cost of persistence right here in their face. The problem is not the sigh.
It's how I perceive the sigh. So now I'm just literally perceiving the sigh that he needs a hug. Like, and it made me feel sad that he needs hugs. I was like, oh, you lonely little man. And he has no idea I'm doing this in the background of our marriage either. He has not heard this yet. He's going to think not any weirder than he thinks I am. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
If the sigh was the problem, then you would have the same problem when I sigh.
Yeah, and I don't. You're
your perception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we talked about this leading into our business, the cost of persistence. And it's really funny because I talked to a friend that had the same issue today. When we make a post and we wait to see what everybody says on it, and then someone says something nasty, and then we're like, oh my God, no. I expected I was going to do this grand transformation post or share my journey and get nothing but love. And so now that I didn't, I can't do it anymore because no. I'm not going to do it because they're going to attack me. Those people attacked me. And then instead of changing our outlook on it and saying, I'm sharing my story for those that it will reach and it will touch. And you know what? It doesn't matter because everyone, whatever their issue is, it's within them, right? So I'm going to share it anyways. And so, go ahead. I want you to share the part. So a lot of us, when we get attacked, and guilty as charged, I mean, God, you guys know I've been in this forever. I've had the craziest things said, from I'm a drug addict, my kids should be taken away, like I should not have any more children, craziest things said, right? And at times I've been like, I don't want to share anymore. And at times I've gone through the ringer, but the whole issue wasn't necessarily the people. Yeah, they're wrong. They're not nice people to say the things that they did. But the problem wasn't them saying stuff. It was how I took it. And what was I going to do to change it? Where was I going to go from there? Was I going to stop posting? Would that show them? Those people wouldn't even notice if I stopped posting. Why do they care?
Right.
They stumbled across my post one time. A few of them have been psycho and like gone down that rabbit hole and stalked me and gotten on every post. That's only a few. But for the most case, it's like a one-hit wonder, and they just wanted to be mean that day.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, who's up? Who's ready? Let's talk about somebody else's problem. The cost of persistence. It gets in the way of everything. So I want you guys to think about an issue that you have with somebody in your life. It could be somebody at work, or it might be your husband or your partner or your kid or something like that. And it just really bothers you. It upsets you, or it's a problem for you.
Okay, I'll go. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so one of mine is it bugs the crap out of me when everybody, like Monday and Tuesday at work, ask me if paychecks are ready. Is payroll going to be done today? Is payroll going to be done today? And I get so flippin' annoyed by it. That's one of them that is like a weekly thing for me. It drives me nuts, you guys.
All right. And so have you done anything to try and change that?
Not really, I guess. I try and just brush it off, but I find myself that I get irritated by it no matter what. So I guess maybe I should just learn to expect it. I don't know. Like, I just feel like one of these days I'm going to blurt out and be like, you guys know what day fucking payday is. Stop asking me. So that's one of them for me.
No, that's a great example, because it's something that, there are people, like you said, people are going to keep asking you, that, you could accept it or this and that. But it's before you can really address a problem, you have to know what the problem is. And the problem isn't always the reason that we think the problem is there. It might not be the reason that you get annoyed. But there's something else, it's the problem isn't the people asking you if it's payday or paychecks are ready. The problem is your reaction to it.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes I get in my head like, can't you guys see I'm busy? I'll get them when I'm done, when I get them done. I feel internally like, leave me alone.
So maybe these people are disrespectful to you. They're not respectful because they could probably see that you're busy, but they're worried about themselves.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of disrespect, like intentionally anyways. You know what I mean? I think they're just, I don't know, I don't know. My thoughts are like, your money problems are not mine. But, yeah.
That kind of goes along with, okay, you're busy. Can't they see that you're busy?
True. So, but
they make their problems your problem.
Little bit. Yeah, I kind of feel like that a little bit sometimes, but I try and take it with a grain of salt. So it's like, oh, dude, they'll be done when I get them done, guys. All right. And I've almost like a couple of times been like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till 4 o'clock on Wednesday to hand everybody their paychecks because that's technically when payday is, and I always get it done early, like I always do. But yeah, I guess it's something that bugs me, and I can just maybe just choose to not let it get to me a little bit, right? I guess is that
Well,
the
that's
right?
easier said than done.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
way
Because yeah,
easier
it's
said
something
than
I've
done.
said over and over again. Just don't worry about it. But good thought, though. Yeah, no, it's a good thought. Good questions, you guys.
What would be different if all of a sudden everybody stopped asking you if the checks were ready?
I guess it would just be nice because it's just one less thing, one less pressure. Because I have a very stressful job. I have a lot on my plate at all times, and so it would be just nice to not be asked that and be like, hey, you know what, you guys, I am busy. You guys know I'm always early on payroll, so why do you guys ask me? Kind of thing. So yeah.
So it's almost like optional pressure. You have your job brings a lot of pressure, just the nature of it by itself. But these people, like you said, you're always done, you're ready early. It's the same thing every week, but yet these people come and ask you. So it's sort of like they're putting optional pressure on you, pressure that doesn't need to be there.
True. Absolutely. Yeah. So, and I've kind of mentioned it to my boss that it bugs me sometimes. So that, yeah, like it's always been a tough one for me because, like, yeah, really, I really don't know how to get around it, kind of, besides
Well,
just getting over it.
that's just it. You don't. But see, that's what we do is we attack the problem on the outside. Is that it seems like, yeah, it would be great if everybody would just stop. That would solve all the problems. But the problem isn't the people bothering you. It's your perception of it, which is it's optional pressure.
Mhm.
Yes, you could throat punch people. That's my favorite. Very, very
Slam my office door and be like, leave me alone. Put a sign outside the door that says, don't bother me, I'll bother you.
Put a sign on the door in your office that just you point to every time they ask you, so you don't have any conversation with them. It just be like paychecks are ready on Wednesday at 4, and just point to that every time. After a while, they'll stop coming to ask you because there's no interaction there. Maybe they weren't, you just like point to it. Like they have to, you still have to do something. I don't know.
Something, yeah, because it bugs the crap out of me. It does. It hasn't been as bad, actually. One of the guys that used to ask me literally every week, he's not there anymore. But there's still sometimes there's a couple of the girls that I work with. They're like, I'm like, I get it. You guys live from paycheck to paycheck, but again, that's not my problem. You know what I mean? So, but.
Oh, Nestle. No. Damn dogs.
But yes, I will.
So I'm wondering if everybody else is seeing the same thing. This is a great representation of the cost of persistence. Everybody's, or you're still focused on the external part of the problem is let's get people to stop, or what would happen if people could stop. But it doesn't matter, because that one time that somebody comes back and does it again, the same problem is there because the perception never changed, and that perception is people are putting undue pressure on you.
Yeah, totally.
So what do you think that you could do to change the pressure that you feel when people ask you if checks are ready?
My first thought would just I guess be trying to just flip my mindset on it. Geez, that's a hard one, Linda. You and your hard questions. Yeah, I don't know. Like my first thought would just be like, just definitely, and this, and it usually does, I'll have a moment where I'm like, oh, gosh, but then I'm a pretty compassionate person, so I bring that into the scenario of, I get it, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough out there. People are surviving, you know what I mean? So I get it. I used to live paycheck to paycheck, and I get it. So I guess my biggest answer to that would just be compassionate, I guess.
Compassionate to yourself?
Compassionate to the situation. It just,
You-
I don't know, Linda. You got me stumped.
No, this is perfect because this really gives a good, representation of how difficult it is for us to move beyond problems, that we persist so much into the problem that we can't change it because everything that we come up with is all external. And a problem is only a problem because we perceive it as one. So it doesn't matter if it's with our spouse or our kid or our dog or, whatever the case is, or people at work. It's just what makes life go around. The external things cause us problems because we're perceiving it as one.
True.
So just like Jack perceiving, her husband's size as frustration or he's upset with her, if she changes her perception to him needing a hug, I guarantee you the situation will change. And so for you, it's very difficult to go from feeling, kind of annoyed or disrespected or whatever you want the case is these people are putting undue pressure on you and you have enough pressure to begin with. It's hard to go from that to something like compassionate. Oh, maybe they just need a hug. No, you've got to be, something realistic for you.
Yeah, I don't suggest you start hugging your coworkers. That probably wouldn't go over so well. Come here, bring it in. Let me give you a hug.
The girls would probably be okay with it, but the guys would be like, what are you doing?
HR probably wouldn't like that.
Oh, I'm HR, so that's no worries.
Oh, okay.
This is where creative problem solving comes into play in trial and error. And that's what life skills are about. That's what strategies are about. And that's the thing that we often don't do because we persist inside the problem, thinking about it changing on the external. So examples, Liz, I've had some people that have dealt with this kind of situation at work, people coming in all the time, just coming and coming and coming. So I had this friend of mine, and she told people that from now on, that during that certain day of the week when she was doing reports, if they came in, they had to either bring a gift or tell her a joke, because both of those would lighten her mood.
I love that.
Some of them brought gifts, some of them brought jokes, some of them stopped coming altogether. Either way, it changed the frustration that she felt from being disrupted.
Okay. I'm gonna have to it's what I gotta think on that one, honestly, what could be my internal alternative, but yeah, I still go back to compassion for myself, just being compassionate and thinking of,
I would just do exactly what Linda said. I would use that exact strategy and say, hey, you guys know this day's busy for me. We're gonna do something new from here on out. You either need to tell me a joke or bring me a gift. Those are the only two ways you're coming in why not? Completely shock them, because then when they come in, you'd be like, they'll start talking. Whoa, wait, joke or gift? What do you got? And they'll be like, turn around. And they're like, what the hell just happened? Don't even say a word without one of them. Honestly, because then it makes it like, oh, I can't say anything. Okay, I'm leaving. I would be shocked at that, but I would be very impressed, because I'd be like, you're damn right. That is your time. You are busy. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just coming here to take something from you, and they're taking your time. So in exchange for your time, they're giving you a joke or a gift, and that's really what it all comes, the cost of persistence is we're exchanging our time. We're exchanging our time every single day. It's the most valuable currency we have. And whether it's giving up time with your family to work, you know what I mean? You're giving up time with your family to work. You're at work to get your work done. When you're getting interrupted, then they're taking time away from your family.
Yeah, I know. And I have constant distractions at work. And that's just, so it's like I have constant distractions. So it's like, that's just one that I don't need. And so I'm going to try this strategy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda. I'm going to. And you know what? I have really cool coworkers, so I know that they're going to be good spirited about it.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably be smart ass too and bring me something stupid or something. But
yeah. All right, you may proceed. Give me my money. I mean, my prizes. Whatever you want to give me.
It's okay, right?
Candy. They can bring
I
you
take
candy.
coffee. I take coffee. I take this. Here's your list of options that you can get actually within the office that I will take. You know, like seriously, I think it would be really awesome.
All right, cool. I love that. Thank you, guys.
So when I do this activity with people that were live, with I make them stand and we go in a square, right? So you move your body in the square, and point one that you're standing on is the situation. Something happens, like for Liz, okay, she's at work and somebody comes in and asks when the paychecks are ready. So that's an event, right? And so the event kind of moves her into step two. And the event causes her to feel a certain way, which, I don't know, let's just say frustrated, right? So now she feels frustrated. She moves over to step three. And because she's frustrated, she takes an action. Whatever action that she takes, that then also causes a feeling. If that doesn't work for her, then I put people back through the square. We go through the situation, stays the same. Maybe the feeling stays the same, and you choose a different action. When you choose a different action, then you may or may not end up with a different feeling. Right? If you don't end up with a different feeling or a very different feeling, then you stay in the same cycle. It's a persistence, and you just keep going around and around. So I can tell you the average time that I take people around that circle or that square, before they can come up with an action that changes that last feeling is about 4 times. So I have them go around and around and round and round and round, because that's how much we get stuck in the persistence of our problem. So like Jax, her first thought was, I'm going to tape his mouth shut, right? Or I'm going to tell him to quit, or all these few other things that she rambled off. And about the 4th one, she said, fine, I'm going to give him a hug.
And not just a hug, a 30-second hug, because
right.
In an article that 30 seconds is the length of the hug that someone needs to feel for some like scientific something in their brain to be triggered. So I was like, oh no, I want 30 seconds. Don't waste your time on a 10-second hug. Don't be cheap with me. You're going to hug me. I want 30 seconds. I'm psycho.
So you go through this, the action that causes, or the event that causes the situation stays the same. As long as you're trying to change the event, you probably never get anywhere. The event stays the same. That initial feeling can stay the same, but try a different action. So go through it in your head. Whatever that action is, you get a feeling. Does the feeling work for you or not work for you? If it doesn't work for you, then go around again. Make sense? If I was really feeling really spunky, I'd make everybody get up and move through a little square so we could all demonstrate it, but I'm not. So.
We'll do it at the retreat. I'll do it anyways.
We'll definitely be doing it at the retreat.
Mm-hmm. And we always
This is going to be called square dancing when we're doing it on the schedule.
We're doing it Cotton Eye Joe.
Square dancing led by Caitlin and Dr. Linda. And when we were talking about these strategies, I know sometimes they can be like a little redundant. You're like, well, why do I need that? That doesn't make sense. I thought we were talking about business. Guys, if we want to grow a business, we need to deal with our lives. like our life is connected to our business. The way we handle and communicate, the way we handle our marriage, our relationship with our children, our friendships, that is all going to help us grow our business. And especially when you're like, I was talking today to a friend that's not a Beachbody coach. She's a good friend here. And we were sitting on my couch and chatting. And she's like, you know what stinks is her daughter was in cheer over the weekend. And she's like in this competitive cheer, high school girl, pretty girl. And they wear, their little cheer uniforms. She goes, I barely post on Facebook anymore because, everybody has something nasty to say. Now they're going to say something about my daughter being in her tiny cheer uniform and how inappropriate it is. And they're all going to call my mom and say, and this woman, she's she's a 40-year-old woman. And she's worried about what other people are going to say about her daughter. And I sat down, I said, who gives a shit what they're going to say about your daughter, or about how you're posting about your daughter? And she's like, yeah. She goes, I've started to care way less. I go, why care at all? I go, you want to post those pictures? She goes, I do. I'm so proud of my daughter. And I want to post those pictures and the video. But, everybody says something. And I said, well, anything that they have to say, that doesn't even matter. And I told her exactly what Linda said. I said, a problem isn't a problem unless you perceive it as a problem. Do you care what they say? Do you care that they call your mother? And she's like, well, I used to, but I honestly don't anymore. I said, then what does it matter? Post your pictures. Be proud of your daughter. Yes, she's 16, and so she's growing some curves now, but she's beautiful. She works her butt off, and her uniform is a cheer uniform, so she's wearing it. What, am I not supposed to post pictures of Jackson because it's football uniform? Like, that's their uniform. That is a sport. Be proud of it. And it was so eye-opening to not only be able to do that as just to share it with our friends, right? To share it because everything we learn here, we can apply to our everyday life. Like I learned it last night. I know I've gone through with emotions, but now we have a term for it. Our strategy specifically for it to know what we're doing, and it won't take you 5 years to learn it, but go through those motions in your inviting. Go through those motions in your posting. Go through those motions in the conversations you're having in every day. And don't be scared to, I think one thing that I know for me was a trigger was when I first started this business, I heard your friends and your family are the hardest people. The hardest people to get started. How many people heard that? How many people felt that? How many people still feel that? Because they've been told no, or people like, yeah, you know what? We put that on ourselves. I automatically assume because maybe one person in my family judged or someone told me that they wouldn't be supportive of me. I have some of my family that still like they don't even acknowledge I work. They don't even talk to me about it. It's like, but I don't talk to them about it. We just pretend Jack doesn't have a job and I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's the wildest thing. Because I'm like, I got to go to work. I got stuff to do. I got to talk to this friend. But no questions are asked. But I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it with them. I never brought it up because your friends and your family are the hardest. And I'm like, well, shouldn't those be the people that I just want to sing from the rooftops from? And whatever they perceive, whatever. If we're not as close because they don't believe that I'm capable or they think I'm nuts or whatever, then that's okay because I'm growing. And I'm growing into the human that God created me to be, not the person that I was 10 years ago. And if they're the same person and they want to be the same person that they were 10 years ago, that's okay. But we don't need to run the next season of our lives together. Maybe we'll come back together and that's great. And you will lose people along the way and you're like, oh, I don't want to lose people. I really like that. But it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to be mean to them. You don't have to talk down to them. Just keep walking the walk that you're supposed to talk. What are you? Oh my God, he's recording me on a cell phone. It's Jude. He's that's so creepy. I was like, why am I talking in the corner? Oh my God, I don't even know how to use that. No. So yeah. But I really want you guys to know, take these strategies and apply it. Look at an area of your life. Look at whether it be your significant other, whether it be an area of your business, whether it be an area, something with your children. Guys, I'm constantly using strategies with my children. I'm constantly, applying my personal development to my parenting. Because I want to be the best mom that I was created to be. Not the perfect mom, not the best mom in the world, the best mom that I was created to be. Hi, buddy. Don't worry about you. Nice to see you. Say hi. Okay, go shower. The best mom that I was created to be. And I take these strategies that we learn in these calls and figure out how to put them in my life with my children and with my husband and with my dog. And that might sound crazy, but really to train those things, you really got to figure out how they work. So all right. Anything?
All right, we got 3 minutes, Jack.
Yeah. Anything else, Linda?
Just the last thing, I was just typing it in the box here, is that your single best chance to really decrease the amount of stress that you feel in your life is to change your perception of the problem. Stress is our body's reaction to a problem. If something isn't a problem, then there's no stress.
Boom. Is that a quote somewhere in your book, Dr. Linda?
It ought to be.
It ought to be. I am copying that and pasting it somewhere. Thank you for that. When I'm able to post, I will post that. Awesome. Thank you, Linda, for that strategy. I challenge you guys to work through. Take one area of your life, whether it be a business or person, and go through that. Susan, let's roll with the last 5 questions.
Ooh, yeah.
This is like the rapid fire one. Like, we'll just go really quick. Okay, number 6. What is this month's PD or Bible study book? You can name either one of them. The PD book that we're studying or the Bible study one. That shouldn't take you that long. Number 7, the end of the newsletter has links to what? Oh, Jack.
I was trying to get it down before you saw me, like, ah!
No, so the end of the newsletter has links to what? That's number 7. Number 8, super easy. Where can you find all the team calls and workshops listed? What's it called? You can print it out. So that's number 8? Yeah. Number 9, name the 2 M words Louise talks about in her article. You get 1 point for one, 1 point for the other. So there's 2 M words that Louise talks about in her article. What are they? And number 10, if you purchase bar, what do you get 60% off of? An option to get 60% off of. All right, I'm going to start reading the answers, and then we'll go to the bonus question. So, number 1, what is this month's free foundation group called? The 5 to Thrive. Number 2, about Linda's parents, what was their opposing? I can't read all the questions exactly how I said them, but the answer is religion. So her dad was an atheist, her mom was a devout Christian. What time are the MBS Saturday morning workouts? 10:30, correct, Shell? 10? Yeah, 10, okay. It said 10:30 in the newsletter though. Okay, so I was taking from the newsletter. So you can get a point for 10 or 10:30. I thought it was 10, then I read 10:30. All right, what program launched in January as a way to get clients and coaches ready to do the work? It's called The Prep. This featured superfood has among the highest amounts of vitamin C on the planet. Camu. This month's PD or Bible study book, Designing Your Life or Seamless. The end of the newsletter has links to what? That was all the Beachbody programs, the workouts. Where can you find all the team calls and workshops? The monthly Hala. Name the 2 M words Louise talks about, mindfulness and meditation. And if you purchase bar, what do you get 60% off of? The 2B mindset or the UPF thing, whatever, ultimate portion fix thing. Woo! Okay, so give yourself 1 point for every correct answer. All right, just add them up and you can drop them in the chat. But I'm going to give you the bonus question. Pretty quick, type your answer in the chat if you have it. What is one lesson that Linda's story taught you? It can be anything, like one thing that you took from that you were like, wow. I have one, so I'll tell you after. That's worth 5 points, by the way. And it's all perception, so that you get 5 points just for answering it. So it's whatever you took from it.
Ooh, Michelle got 10 points. I only got 9.
I know, I only got 8. No, I couldn't remember what the last page was. I was like, what's the last page? What are the links? Are they affiliate links?
I can't scroll up to see the chat, so y'all have to tell me who got points. Shell's the only one that answered the question so far, the bonus question.
No, I said the cost of persistence.
Oh,
yeah. 5 points for me. All right.
So, Shell, how many points did you get with the 5?
She didn't answer the 5. Michelle didn't answer the bonus question, so she's just 1%.
I'm trying to summarize and come up with something in my head here.
We should have to do 1 word or less. That'll really get you. Persistence, yeah.
Why is it, I'm talking about the story in.
Yeah, no, but that's what it taught me about was the cost of persistence. That
Just
very
making sure everyone's not taking it from tonight's call.
Oh no, I knew what you were talking about, but that really summed it up.
All right, so if anyone can scroll up and tell me who the top 2 winners are, if you have your points, because I can't scroll up my chat, so I can't read anyone. I don't know why.
Michelle and Shell.
Yep.
Yep, Michelle and Shell. Top 2 winners! Woo!
Now, do you guys, were the questions okay? Easy, hard, good?
They were awesome.
Great.
Okay, it was like a nice balance.
It was. That was friggin' awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't even.
And even if you didn't know them, you actually learned something, right? Because you got the answers at the end.
Absolutely. Yep. So, Shell and Michelle, Susan will be contacting you to see where you want your prize distributed to, your Amazon gift card or one of the events this year. Thank you for playing, everybody. This has been a great call. And yeah, we have our Friday leader call. You guys are more than welcome to invite or to join that. And then next week, we have calls every Tuesday night, you guys. So if you're like, well, what call is this? Just hop on this number at 8:30 and you'll be surprised. Even if
I encourage you, if you can be on this Friday's call, it's going to be awesome. It continues off of what we did tonight, but it's a live activity.
Yeah, she messes with your head. Let's just be real.
I love this, though. It's fun because then I can go pass it on to my sisters and tell them about it.
I've already done it, and I actually moved Liam. So Liam had an appointment this Friday at that time, and she told me what activity we were doing, and I called today and I rescheduled his appointment. It's his shots and his checkup. And I was like, I'm sorry, I know I missed his 15 and I'm missing his 18, but can we schedule it for next week? I have a very important call to be on. I'm not joking. Because I was like, it just opened my eyes to see like what I was capable of. So if you can be on Friday, share it with your coaches, invite people. It is cool. So I mean, literally canceled my kids' doctor's appointment so I could come. So
Jacob's been throwing up during this whole call, and I've been like, here's your bucket, and I'm coming back for questions.
That's it. It's not a problem until it's a problem.
That's right. Not a problem. My kid was eating chicken nuggets in the background of our health and fitness. Right. All right, guys, real quick picture, and then we'll let y'all go for the evening. Big smile. I don't know what happened to Louise. She's probably eating her chocolate mousse mask behind there.
Probably running.
Yeah, running in place, licking your own face. Shell, are you having your 9:30 call after this for the share cart?
Yeah, I don't know if
Sick, Shell?
and I'm getting over like being sick. So
You look tired.
yeah,
Not in a bad way, just like you don't look your usual vibrant self.
I'm barely hanging in there.
Oh,
Okay.
around.
So yeah, it's share cart, right?
And BB Links.
And BB Link. So if you want to, you can hop on at 9:30. Anybody that wants to go over that stuff, right? Is it open?
So yeah, that's 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Potty break.
potty break, and then do you have this? Are you using this Zoom link? It's open, or do you have one already?
Yeah, I think this was this one. Yeah, I'll post it. But honestly, I haven't heard back from either of the 2 coaches that were going to be on the call. Like I haven't heard from them today.
So put it out there, and anybody who wants to join, we'll see you back here in 8 minutes.
Otherwise, Shell's going to bed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would love that.
But Shell, otherwise, I'll see you in 8 minutes. If nobody shows, then we're peacing. We love you guys.
Okay.
Then Jack's going
Okay.
to talk your ear off for 45 minutes, and then you go to bed.
I did have energized to coach baseball tonight. So
Jack, look at my face. Look at my face.
Jack, read my face. All right, love you guys. Have a great night, everyone.